Thank you for hanging out with us. It's your old pal Shram and Cash. That means you are listening to Derby Rocks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It has been a couple of weeks and we are happy to be back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
As always, we are joined by you, our friends, fans, listeners. What is going on, Cashman? How are you, buddy?
Oh man, it's good to get back to this, it's just last week just didn't work out, it
Yeah,
happened.
yeah,
It happened. So you got to hear a great interview, a couple times. So,
sure,
but I
sure.
appreciate people that are still sticking with us and coming back because there's been so much that's happened since the last time we were together, like champs finished,
Yeah,
it's like,
MRDA champs. We have a new champion, if you can believe that.
yeah.
A wild set of games for anybody who watched, you saw, and followed along. The first game, we had, oh geez, why can't I remember their name?
Right.
Disorder, right?
Yeah,
Disorder and
disorder. Yeah,
Race
yeah.
City.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could remember Race City.
Oh my
Disorder
God, a
was the
heart
one I was
attack to start
struggling.
the tournament, man. That was a heart attack.
Yeah, you got a 1 point nail biter, goes in the favor of Race City. Unbelievable start to the weekend. Overall, it sounds like it was a great event put on by our friends in Concussion Roller Derby out there in Oregon.
I hope
Uh,
people got their discounts. I hope they bought tickets and got that. It was a significant discount if you bought all 3 days tickets.
yeah, no, no, any coin going back into your pocket.
Yeah.
Great day. Anywhere you can save money. In this economy, that's that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Um, Speaking of Race City, stick around for our second segment. We are going to have a brand new interview, fresh from Champs, with our buddy Grimace from Race City. So, as we had mentioned, Race City had a great first game against Disorder, an amazing game. They snuck a win out and then sort of got fed to who would ultimately become the champions, Toulouse. Really unbelievable. Um, the gatekeepers coming in third place. Who saw that coming? Spoiler alert. Sorry if
Yeah.
you.
Concussion beat the gatekeepers. So man, it's like,
Yeah,
that was a shocker right there. It was like
that was. Yeah, honestly, quite a shock. No disrespect to our friends in concussion, but nobody really saw like an upset happening that fast. But then again, concussion's just like the third place team. Any given day, anybody can win at any point, pretty much. So.
yeah.
While it is shocking, it is not entirely shocking as well. So, great job to everybody. Shout out to the new top three. Congratulations to the winners in Toulouse. But yeah, stick around. We are going to have a great interview with Grimace coming up in this second segment. We've had him on before. It's been a couple of years, so it's great to catch up post champs.
Yeah, yeah, and him being on the board, he's involved in the day-to-day runnings of
Yeah,
the division, and he puts a lot of volunteer work in. So he's a
100%.
great derby rep, man, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. A big lovable personality in roller derby who just cares and gives a crap, and we love that. So stick around. We are going to get to that. We are going to get to our weeks here coming up. Um, I will say it is fall. Burr. We have both succumbed to the chilly temperatures and had to have turned our heat on as we sit here in hoodies and so on.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, man, it is Western New York fall and a little bit chilly, that is for sure. So,
yeah. Last night, we went to yeah, probably gonna ruin our weeks, but we went to
that's
a
all
hockey
right. We
game.
went to a hockey game last night and it was
Yeah.
cold. Even just a little walk from the parking garage into the arena, stopped for a second to make sure everybody was safe. And yeah, it was chilly. So,
Yeah.
geez.
Yeah, it's yeah. We're hopefully we get. I mean, it's supposed to look like it's going to be fall in the next week
Yeah.
or so, but they're calling for rain on Halloween. I hope they're wrong, but that's a
Yeah,
big.
yeah. We never want rain or snow on Halloween, which of course we've seen both over the years. So
Yeah,
fingers crossed that we don't have to deal with that at all.
definitely. So and that's a
But
week
it hasn't
from.
been awful either. It has been a little bit chilly, but it is a pretty time of year. We've got a lot of like red leaves and beautiful stuff going on. So it is a nice time of year. While sometimes we complain when it's hot or when it's cold, I know both of us are generally like fans of seasons in fall and stuff like that, you know. So we are very lucky that we actually get four seasons here in Western New York, and it is a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
that is your weather report.
Yeah.
I will also let the cat out of the bag and tell everybody that it's Thursday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, I will be working silent disco, um, which is late and boring. So I'm not terribly exciting, but I will, in fact, be doing that tomorrow. So, hey, at least this week you got a show.
There you go. I was gonna say when you do the silent discos, when you're not wearing headphones, it probably doesn't sound like anything's going on.
So
You know?
based on and depending on what, like, if enough people are all on one channel and the volume is up, you can still hear it, plus you get a little bit of sound coming from the actual DJ, but it is not like, yeah, it is not loud, and it's the reason that silent discos can go to like 1 or 2 in the morning, because you're not violating any noise ordinance or anything like that.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's mostly silent.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I know that. Yeah, it's. I've always been intrigued by that because I've never gone to one, but I went to a, a festival a couple of years ago where we watched a movie and they gave us headphones, and so we didn't. They weren't playing the audio; they were just doing it through the headphones. So, and
It's certainly like an experience too, because when you can't hear what is being listened to sometimes, and you just see people dancing, you're like, what the hell are they listening to? So it's pretty funny, especially in Rochester, New York, especially with some of the crowd that we get at the montage. Enough said.
come on,
Um,
secrets.
yes, yeah. Why don't we go ahead and hit our weeks? Tell me all about everything that's been going on. Hit your last 2 weeks even.
Okay, and then not that it's anything super significant. Um, Nothing that jumped out at me. I mean, did we've had a show since we went to the Hilton Apple Festival, right?
I believe so.
Okay, then we won't talk about that. So I was trying to remember how far back. It's like, I mean,
Yeah, I think we've talked since then.
yeah, okay. So, beyond that, that week, I don't know. Our friend Laura got married this past week and was in town, and so I got to went out and hung out a little bit with them.
Nice.
A whole bunch of skaters too. They all were at where was it again? Something I can't remember where it was now. It was down off Empire Boulevard, but nevertheless, yeah,
What, the Boulevard, maybe?
yeah, I don't remember that was fun. It was nice to I hadn't seen Lorelai, and I don't know, man, I can't remember since we went to see Ozzy. It had to have been after that. I know it had to have been.
Yeah, we have seen her since then.
I know she's been on the show a couple times. So, but yeah, so yeah, but that beyond that, we nothing super exciting except for when we went to the hockey game yesterday.
We did go to
So,
the hockey game
yeah,
last night.
nothing really that super exciting jumped out. I mean, I don't know. It feels like mostly it feels like it's like fall, and I'm scared to death the S word's gonna come down out of the sky one of these days.
No S words,
I know, no, no,
no
no.
swords.
There we go. So that's how I feel instead of like what's going on in my week. So,
Sure.
what about you?
Yeah, so it has honestly been a couple busy weeks for me, all mostly good stuff. I will say we um, didn't record last week. It just didn't work out between being busy and having a 9-month-old boy, if you can believe that, and working. And just generally, sometimes my mental health at this point does not allow it, you know? So thank you again for being patient. I know you had mentioned it earlier, Cash, but thank you for those who are still riding it out, even when we don't get you a weekly episode anymore. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, but yeah, lots of stuff. So I'm just going to start at last Monday, or let's go back a little while. I haven't talked about Kalamazoo. I had to travel to Kalamazoo for work. So I went to Michigan for like 2 days. Cool thing, my mom came into town, which was nice. It's only like a 4-hour drive for her. It was like an 8-hour drive for me. But they also don't have any direct flights into um, Kalamazoo or really anywhere over there. So I drove instead. So that way I had my car, blah, 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 whatever. Um, Kalamazoo sucks. The town itself is horrible. The amount of poverty is through the roof, and that's okay. What is upsetting is like kind of how they handle it, and the townsfolk and so on. Like, a gentleman was talking to me while I was standing outside, and he told me he had just got done doing 3 weeks for sleeping on a park bench. So not only, are you already in a bad situation, you're homeless, whatever the case is, housing insecure, I think, is the preferred term or something like that. So bear with me on that. I'm not trying to be insensitive. But the homeless population is just being messed with pretty well continually. Um, yeah, and it's such a bummer. Like, you're just trying to sleep and you end up in jail for 15 days. Like, so you're making a sad situation more sad. It's just really crappy. So that made I don't know. The trip was fine. It was just a bummer, you know. It was a work trip, fine. I did end up having breakfast with our friend Sarah or Jugs. She met me. It was like an hour and a half on my way back, and she had to drive like an hour and a half or 2 hours south to meet me in some butthole town in Michigan. I don't know, or yeah, somewhere. I don't know, whatever.
Hey, but let me
Um,
can I interrupt for 1 second. Uh,
yes.
when I mentioned when Lorelai came, she brought her friend who was a skater from Michigan, and
Yes.
her name is Celeste Steele, and she's friends with a lot of people we know up in that area. So I noticed it because I became a friend with her on social media. It's like
Ah,
kind of like, hey, you're also friends. It's like, oh, you know all these people we know up there. It's like,
right.
but so I just wanted to throw that out there. She wants to come on sometime, so
Perfect. Yeah, we will definitely make that happen. That'll be perfect.
and Viola DeRola wants to come on too, who is an announcer and runs juniors roller derby up in Canada, just like
Sure.
north of Niagara, I think. So,
Yeah,
okay,
like
there. Let
Saskatchewan
me get those
or
plugs out of the way because if I don't say them, if they listen and they don't hear that,
no worries at all. No
it
worries at
won't
all.
happen at all. So there you go.
So yeah, I was gone for a couple of days. I missed my family, of course. That was the longest I had been away from Anderson. That was such a bummer. We did get to FaceTime and stuff, but him being a baby, he was like grabbing the phone and like putting it up to his face. So there were times where it was hard to hear. He kept hitting buttons and switching the camera and stuff. So we did our best. I still have to see his face, but not necessarily the easiest thing. But you go where you go when you're a salesman and work says go kind of thing. So yeah, I went. It was a conference, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I was fine.
Yeah.
Monday, after I had gotten back, I got back Saturday and took Monday off. Mike Drop actually invited us to go to the Museum of Play, which we had never been to before. So we had a good time, and myself and Anderson went to the Museum of Play with Mike, which was really cool. I'm going to shut my camera off in a moment here because I'm breaking up a little bit.
Okay.
All right, there we go. So going to the museum was cool. A lot of it is a little bit too advanced or big for him.
Yeah.
But that's okay. He got to look at a lot of stuff and got to see a bunch of other kids and got to like crawl around in some stuff. And they have some fish tanks, and he loves fish tanks. So it was good. Obviously nice to get out. I thought it was like a pretty cute man date. Me and Mike Drop just hanging out with the kids. Just two guys and their kids. It was really cute, I thought. And then we went and had a pop at like a local brewery after real fast and
Oh, that's
just a nice
cool.
day out. Yeah, good time, good time.
Man, I've never been there in all the year, except for, when it was a doll museum about 45 years ago or something like that. So, but I've never been there since it's gotten cool. So it's
Sure. So
one of those things that stands out in Rochester. If you come to visit the Strong Museum of Play, you
yeah,
know,
absolutely. For those that don't know, it is literally like Just almost like a giant toy store. It's like a museum and a Hall of Fame for toys and things like that is like the best way that I can explain it. So really cool. Basically, any like nerd stuff is there. All of the old toys that we dealt with, Power Rangers, GI Joes, TMNT, stuff like that. So really cool. Glad we got to go. Awesome
Yeah.
time.
Video games like crazy.
Yeah, lots of video games, lots of like pinball and stuff like that. It's really cool. So um, just lots of baby stuff, lots of family stuff. There's been a bunch of family dinners and things that we've been doing. We've been taking the boy out, which is a lot of fun, and he's like a really good boy. He's sitting in high chairs now and things like that. So it's awesome to be able to take him out and actually like do stuff with him. And he's a little bit interactive where before, obviously it's a baby, but he would more so just sort of like sit there. Now he can eat, and this kid eats everything. He's literally eating all the things that we eat. At the hockey game last night, he had chicken fingers and fries,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So he is quite the eater. We love that for him.
Well, how many times did we make the cam? Like, a couple times.
Oh, geez. We were on the Jumbotron like 3 times, 4 times last night. It was awesome. Gotta
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you ever want to be on the Jumbotron, just come to a hockey game with Anderson, and he
Yeah.
will be sure to get you on. So other than that, lots of other stuff. We last weekend we did a trunk or treat. So we went around because he can't like talk, he can't walk and things like that. We're not necessarily going to do your traditional trick or treating this year. We did do trunk or treat, and then in the same day we did the zoo spooktacular. We have a really cool zoo here. A fair amount of it is under construction right now, so it's a little bit less cool, but that was still a good time. That was something that we got to do with the drops as well. It's great to get the kids together. We don't have too many other babies in our lives. So it is great that we have a couple of close friends that have a baby of their own. Being older parents, you don't really think about like, oh, like who is my kid going to play with and stuff like that. But it's Maya. He's going to hang out with Maya and he's going to have a good friend, just like Mike and Melissa are. So we
Cool.
love that. Just all the baby stuff. Um, we went to the hockey game. All these firsts are just so much fun. We're really loving it. Everything is a lot of fun. The baby's good. He's awesome. We've got some cool stuff planned coming up as well. So there is always that kind of stuff. I will say today I got the weirdest package in the mail, and this is not really a part of my week, but it is eating me alive on the inside because I'm so fascinated. I received a package of CeraVe eye moisturizer or like eye cream or something like that that's made to like tighten up the skin around your eyes, I guess, from somebody named Sarah who lives in Jericho, New York. And I have definitely not ordered this. And if I were to have ordered it, it certainly wouldn't be from some random person named Sarah in Jericho, New York. So it has like a full box of this CeraVe eye cream, and it was like tracked and sent to me. And I have searched my email for the words, and this is just gonna like live rent free in my head. Like, who sent me a random bottle of CeraVe skin cream? And are you trying to say that I need it? Because I have pretty good skin, if I'm being honest. I don't know. I got good eyes too. So
Yeah.
I'm just fascinated by the whole thing because it's like not even like short of the amount of time I'm going to spend thinking about it. It's not even like a good prank. Like Jennifer was like, it's not even like hemorrhoid cream or something funny.
Oh yeah, really.
Right. Send some like Valtrax or something like that.
Like how some like poly grip or something.
Sure. Yeah. Something ridiculous. Right. Yeah. So I don't know, super weird, but that came in the mail today. And I'm not going to stop thinking about it from now until the end of time. So
There you
there's that. So maybe that's the joke. It's just send them like the most random item you can to somebody and make them think about it.
It sounds like a fun game. That sounds so, yeah.
That's how I'm going to spend my time moving forward. I don't know if
There we go.
that's like my new. That's
I
my
always
new.
think that happens to me, but then it's just AARP bags and stuff. It's like, why are they sending me this stuff? It's a joke. Sorry.
No, it's a good one. I absolutely understand. No
I'm
worries.
kidding, but yeah, you never know. I mean, it's like I've been like we were talking the other day. I've been like experimenting with Team, but man, I so far it's just been junk. Everything
Sure.
that's come from them. So
Yeah, it's not great, but at least it isn't eye cream.
that's true.
All right, that's about all I got. Why don't we go ahead and hit a break or some news? What do you think?
Let's do the news now because
Awesome.
I can make it one big long segment because then we'll come out of the news and the break into the interview.
Perfect. Sounds great to me.
So I've got some let's see.
Scores?
I do have some scores. I do have there's some games this weekend too coming up.
Nice.
Hold on a second. 25. Okay, this is it. So yeah, a few of the games going on in WFTDA last week. We had I don't even know why I printed it out last time. I just brought it up on the screen in front of me. Texas beating Boston 173 to 171. Took us, I think Boston had a couple like a three-way going on or something. They had like a bunch of games going on recently, but man, that's crazy. A 2 point win for Texas over Boston. We had a 3 point difference between Nuclear Free at 148 and Montana 145. Hudson Valley beat Long Island 133 to 129, and congrats Long Island. I'm sure the lawsuit that got them to reverse their
Yeah, that's
decision.
amazing.
Yeah, a ban on transgender athletes. So that got changed. So kudos to them. Way to work. Way to do it. We have 4 point game between Atlanta and Rockin' City, 150 to by Rockin' City, 154 Atlanta. These are all like under 10 points. This is kind of crazy. Then we had Treasure Valley losing to Bay Area, 129, 122. Biggest upset, Santa Cruz lost to Sacramento, 278 to 75. We had SoCal beating Santa Cruz 308 to 48. Sounds like Santa Cruz didn't send their team or something, but because they got destroyed by and this, but they're both considered upsets on this list. So I find that very interesting. Bay Area beating Nuclear Free 169 to 111, and those are the upsets. We have a couple games going on this weekend. If you're anywhere near Melville, New York, I'm not even sure where that is. They're having a Halloween roller derby spooktacular. You can join. And this is Strong Island, by the way. They're having a Strong Island Derby Revolution. They're having a frightful fun night of roller derby and Halloween magic. Ooh, all right.
Spooky.
Yeah, so that is the 25th. You don't want to miss that. That it would be tomorrow if this is Friday. So, but yeah, it's but if you were looking for it's at the All Sports Melville. That's in Melville, New York. Tickets $15 online, $20 at the door. So you better, if you hear this, buy your tickets because by the time you get to go to this, it's going to be $20. Doors open at 6, first whistle at 7. You can sounds like you can check it out. They have an Eventbrite site too there if you just do a search on them. And you can buy the tickets through that. I believe the Eventbrite, that's what it is. They are the ticket distributors. So, and bring a chair, it says. Don't forget to bring a chair. So we have another game too. We have a Rodeo City roller derby double header. That's going to be the 26th, October 26th. That would be Sunday. Yeah, I think. Okay. And that is the Ellensburg High School. Doors open 11:30. 12 o'clock starts. They have the RCR Stampede versus Jet City Roller Derby at 2:15. The RCR Posse versus Jet City Roller Derby as well. Oh, the first game's 11:30. Second one's 2:15, $7 online. Tickets 15 at the door. You can definitely check that out. Sounds like that's all really. How about anything going on in MRDA that I'm missing?
Not that I know of, brother. I don't think there'll really be too much of anything. I saw some games scheduled for November for teams overseas because
Yeah.
apparently they have just found that playing games all year long and playing as often as you can is apparently a winning formula. So there'll be some games with like the Inhuman League and some other teams coming up in November. But no, I don't think we have anything this weekend, quite
Yeah,
honestly.
there's actually Gotham has a tournament going on this weekend, and they got Montreal. They've got um, what the heck? They have. There's a whole bunch of teams that are going to be playing in Gotham, and they were. I just read something from them because they were going to stream it, and then they can't stream it, so they're going to record it all, and you can watch it back. But
Sure.
like, but yeah, they've got some like great competition, that are going to be there, and that's this weekend. But I didn't see it anywhere. Like, it's funny. It's like I had to because I subscribed, I think, to something of theirs on social media. It
Yeah,
pops up.
Twitch or one of their
Something like
platforms. Sure.
that. I've talked too much. We got to get out of here.
All right, brother. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you for hanging out with us.
And up next, we have Race City's Grimace joining us on Derby Rocks. Stick with us.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. It's your old pal Shram and Cash, and we are joined by the Race City Rebels, mainly featured right now with our buddy Grimace, who's been on the show before. Hey, Grimace, how are you, buddy?
Not bad, Sham.
Good, good. Thank you for coming on the show again. We appreciate you. I know you're in the middle of a practice, so it means a lot. Thank you. I'll try not to take too much of your time.
All
Good.
good. Doc's running it, so
Are you guys in the are you guys calling this off season, or are you still in like go mode?
progressing to the off season. We go till Thanksgiving, and then we take off till like January 1st or so. Then we come back at it.
Nice, nice, good. You guys are fresh off of champs. We're obviously going to talk about that coming up here. You had a great event, great showing. Really proud of you guys. So again, thank you for coming on the show. What's been going on with you? Let's catch up. What's new with you?
Uh,
It's been like 2 years, I think, since we've had you on.
yeah, seasoned vice president at this point. I feel like.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah, nah, just chugging away at that. I think the last time too, we were just doing the cups. We weren't doing champs, and watching this team go through that process, maintaining those spots
yeah,
as Doc's dragging everybody back out to the track. So I'll give them some space, but I'll keep
sure.
them in the background.
Cool, cool. Um, you guys obviously have a heck of a team. I think we've seen you. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys, were you at champs last year as well?
We were. That was our first
Mhm.
showing at a champs at that point since the team founded.
Yeah, yeah. So you've, obviously built up. It wasn't like a fast overnight thing for you guys. You've progressively gotten better and better and better year after year. How have you guys managed to do that and managed to kind of stay towards the top?
Lots of grit,
Yeah,
sheer
I agree with
determination, and
that.
willpower.
Yeah,
Like lots of yeah, the right people at the right points doing the work they need to do and just not giving up.
yeah.
Bare
One
bones.
100%, 100%. Um, and I'm unsure of how exactly to phrase this question. So bear with me here, but you have one of the like largest sample sizes of really amazing bodies, like different shapes and types and skill sets and backgrounds. How do you think that you guys have like used that to your advantage to come together and put together such an amazing team?
Oh no, yeah. I can see what you're saying there. Like going from like slamming into a me in a stretch to then running into a roadblock like a diamond. So you're going from
Sure.
like
Yeah,
two people that are 6 foot and then like somebody that's 5'4" and getting tripped up on them, or
exactly.
like our Cooster out there on the line that has my height but is able to get down and actually like block in a good plow stop nice and low versus like a lot of our folks that have been starting to move into our team at this point. I mean, it's really just reinforcing those times when you're like, these are the people we're playing with. How are we going to work together to make this thing happen?
Yeah,
I don't like sitting there and doing choreography. Like sometimes you just got to figure out like how we got to work together at these different points
that
and
is
figure
a
out the interactions.
that's a great point. Yeah, that's awesome. Um, so let's talk about the differences in the team from this year, from last year, and the changes that you might have made, or like the adjustment in strategy from one year to the next. And did did it equate to like a successful, in your minds, showing at the champs event?
I mean, really, we just had like more of an additive process this year, especially coming into champs. Like last year, we didn't have Wham showing there. We added True Blocka into our lines.
Yeah.
We added LC Hammer up there in the Apex this year as well. Um, the little tiny ant that's hanging out up there.
Yeah.
So, and like we had to take a tighter group than we did last year as well. Just because of like trying to make sure that we were not giving anybody the wrong idea about who could go out and who was traveling out with us.
Sure.
But it was just more of an additive process this year, and having those bodies come in. True added mass to us. LC added glue. Wham added the brains in that we didn't have last year. So I think the one thing I will say is like we came in and we played Disorder. We played them a few different times. We did not have as good of a showing against Disorder this time, but that team is so quick to hit, so
Yeah.
fast at every single move.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with that.
Mhm.
And like the jammers that we have, like they are punch for punch. Like Disorder is right in line with them.
Yeah, I mean,
And
nearly point for point, you know?
yeah,
You know,
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I gotta thank you for that first game of obviously the champs, because man, that's a hell of a precedent for the rest of the tournament after that game.
Right?
1 point win. I mean, when are you ever going to see that, you know?
1 point win, tight game the entire time. And then we follow it up and we are the first team to play Toulouse
Yeah.
of all the MRDA teams, and we got Denver, Concussion, and everybody else up in the stands taking notes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
So
and I mean that's a tough one, to come in, have a very tough first game, win, and then have to ultimately play the team that wins it all. So that is hard for anybody to do.
absolutely. And that team, like, I'm gonna keep the secrets. I'm gonna follow Mr. T's example. I'm gonna keep the secrets.
I like
Everybody's
it.
gonna have to just experience what it is to play them.
Sure.
Go over there, jump into their tournament if they decide to go over and play their tournament next year,
Right.
or get them to come over and play you and have
Sure.
that experience.
I'm not so sure I'm going to be signing up for that experience, so I will take your word for it, and I'll enjoy the footage basically, because playing the first place team in the world, probably not on my bingo card for 2026, but that's all right.
Some interesting things. I was going to say this is the first time we haven't had a team from St. Louis with a championship in what, 6, 7 years now.
I mean, longer if we're counting COVID years, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
uh, yeah, really unbelievable. What
I mean, you
was?
could probably even dig it back to not even being in the top two.
Yeah, yeah, unreal, right? Like
Yeah,
the last time the gatekeepers even lost, Toulouse or whatever wasn't even like a thing, really. It's
I
wild to
think
think about.
yeah, it was the last time it was in Salem back prior to COVID. I think somebody pulled that stat up, and it was Toulouse placed third that year. I think it was like 2017.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. What was what was like the overall vibe like? Was there like an excitement in the air after seeing the gatekeepers lose? Were people hyped? Like what was the overall like reaction to everything?
Those are like,
Nobody's proud to see somebody lose, not like they lost, but like, a new guard or, turning a new page is always a reasonable thing to get excited for.
it is. I'm like, that's like those are like my brothers over there.
Right.
My cousins, stepbrothers,
Sure.
half brothers.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's like I think it is a new page. I mean, it's a new page for the gatekeepers as well to see them progressing forward. I mean, talking with them too, like they put people out that a lot of people would not have done. This is champs. How many times will you take a chance?
Yeah.
They took a chance. There was a game that they did not roster Evie, and they gave people chances in that game.
Sure. Yeah.
That takes some that takes some cojones to do that right there.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
let's
Absolutely.
recognize that. They didn't roster Hulk in the first game. They took a chance with that. Like, but they also got the depth that they can still do that. So yeah, come up third, but they still got in there. And I mean, I can see them having a trajectory back up as long as they keep progressing like that and taking those chances.
I agree. Yeah, 100%. It's going to be interesting to see things next year and how everything shakes out. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
I'm hoping that we start to take some chances like that too to see how we start to settle up on that.
Yes, absolutely.
Sure.
Let's take a second and talk about any relationship that you guys might have with the juniors. Have you had much luck bringing in younger kids and things like that? Well, younger adults, I'll say, because they age out obviously to MRBA.
So right now, I think we are trying to get reestablished with the Indiana Junior Roller Derby team that does practice. They actually practice in the same space that we do. We're trying to get some interaction back with them uh, to try to get that pipeline going back as a
Mhm.
possibility. We do have some juniors that are following Stretch. Like
Sure.
Stretch is a satellite skater, just like I am.
Yeah.
Um, so you may see some people that might be related to him show up over here on occasion.
Yeah. That'll
um,
be great.
but
That family's full of winners.
it's going to take time to bring anybody that comes from juniors up to where we're at.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even with a lot of the folks that we have here right now, like we are starting to add people in and we are looking to have a B team for next year as well so that we can have more experience gained for people.
Sure. Love that. Very cool.
So
What were the team goals heading into champs?
I mean, straight up win.
Yeah. Fair.
Like
Fair.
when we come in, we want to maintain where we come in. Like bar none, maintain where we come in.
Sure.
With Toulouse, finding footage that was up to date
Yeah.
was interesting. And we didn't really know what to expect from that. So we were hoping to have a better showing for sure. I think when we've looked at the ratio, it come out to be like a 7-1. Would have definitely like that last jam that I went out. I would have liked to get the last three to at least get us to 50. I did not achieve that, but gave it a try. But yeah, I was like, would have liked to see 7, but
Yeah.
I'll take staying where we were when we came in.
Perfect. Yeah. That's an absolute reasonable goal. And given the competition, you got nothing to really be ashamed of. So Um, Very cool. Let's talk a second about the board of directors on the MRDA. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate your time. Um, is there a particular project or something that you're most proud of?
I mean, the overall program is like, if you go back and you look at the progression from Western Cup to last year's champs to this year's champs, um, watching everything that progressed through that. Um, Under no means will I say that the production quality of champs was really on the MRDA. That was concussion, putting that together, riot, getting those cameras set up. But like the way that everything is going as far as officials and the flow of the tournaments, like being at North American qualifier, I was the medic there. It was stressful, but it wasn't the worst tournament I've ever been at for the stress level, in all honesty, and worked. Being a participant at champs, honestly, smooth. So as a board member, seeing this progress like makes me
Good.
happy. Like
Yeah,
that's the main thing.
yeah.
Going forward, I would like to see um our actual policies, make sure that they get updated and effective. Like there's still some work to be done to make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be written and as people have voted it.
Sure.
And getting those interactions in there.
I think you guys have done a great job, even just getting the organization in a little bit better place. So I certainly appreciate that from somebody who has ran leagues for quite some time, coached, president, captain, whatever the case is. I can appreciate and see the work that y'all are doing. So I certainly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What events do you guys have coming up? Is I know you're taking a break, but is there anything you want to promote? Anything you want to get out there?
I think right now, like we take a pretty solid break.
I love it.
I know that we are trying to get our schedule set up for next year. We do host 4 games. Like I think we are probably one of the most heavily playing games. We host 4 games here. So do expect if you are an MRDA team to get contacted by Doc to have a game here in Indianapolis. Like he's going to be reaching out. As far as tournaments, I'd expect that we're probably going to put in for the ones that we normally go for if they're back up.
Heard.
Yeah, I would expect to see Dawn show up again. If IHOD's going on, the timing for IHOD and World Cup's interesting. That's
Yeah, pretty
interesting.
close, right?
Yeah, I might be stressing that one a little bit, but that's something to be found out later. But yeah, I was like, you don't have anything set in stone just yet.
Sure, no worries, no worries. What's next for you as a skater?
I decided to make myself way too damn busy. um, right now, going down to Dallas for the Brazos Sevens tournament.
Nice.
Got
Love
that
that.
set up. That's I went there last year. That 20 minutes. The way that Stretch runs that is he does 4 blockers for 20 minutes straight. Jammers get a break, and if you want a break, you get a penalty. After that, Roller Rage, Y'all Stars. Got some other stuff in there that I can't quite talk about just yet.
Okay, fair, fair. Well, when you can, you let us know. You do a little bit of everything. You've started doing these, sevens tournaments. You're doing bank track. You're doing, of course, MRDA. Have you found that you prefer one over the other, or are you just like ready to skate? Have skates, will travel, sort of thing.
Have skates will travel. I'll show up anywhere. I mean, we'll find out what being on a bank track weighing 40 pounds less feels like. Hefting that extra weight around last year was rough, but we'll
Sure.
see how it feels this year. It might be a little bit easier.
May I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a larger individual. My weight has fluctuated throughout my career as well. Um, I'm actually down like 40 pounds or something like that. I've noticed you've lost a fair amount of weight as well. Congratulations. Um,
Yeah, to you.
have you found that it's hard or like take some time to kind of like get your body used to moving and hitting and stuff like that? Because I found sometimes, depending on if it's too high or too low or whatever, I have a hard time kind of being myself in a sense, or like what I would consider my skating identity kind of thing. Have you found that at all?
Not yet, really. No. The one thing I will say is I've actually found that. So at my lowest, when I was first starting, I think I was at the 260 range when I first started skating. But
Mhm.
it was a loose 250. It was a loose 250. I'm more of a solid 250 now. Um, and I actually know how to skate. So my skating form is actually significantly better. Um, yeah, the taking hits and giving hits feels better, easier. My back doesn't hurt.
Sure.
I
Yeah,
can
that's the
move
goal.
faster. Yeah,
Nice.
it's I know I hear a lot of people talk about like they lose the weight and then they can't hit, but no, mine's actually I've
Good.
compensated really well for it.
Well, you're
So
you're you're still 6 foot tall and very solid. So I'm glad that it hasn't happened for you. And I hope that you continue to get healthier as you would like. So I'm crossing my fingers and pulling for you all the way. I'll only ask you a couple more questions, then we'll let you get back to
Hey,
practice.
can I sneak one in? This one
Of
might
course,
be
you
a
may,
link.
Cash.
Okay. So first of all, I want to give you kudos to the board at being a board member because the board has done some amazing things. So
thank
way to
you.
go. And right before MRDA champs started, WFTDA reposted a MRDA champs advertisement, which made a lot of people smile, I think, because it's like there's been a kind of like a very cold relationship for many years, but that congrats on that too, because I know you guys are working to make that happen too.
No, yes, that's we talk now.
You
We
like
actually
that?
have conversations. We are on the level like and we understand like we're in this together as well. Like this isn't just it's not an us versus them.
Agreed.
Everybody interacts. There's no reason to have a hostile environment for any reason. Like the officials cross over, people coach each other, people have to skate together, people go to RollerCon. I think oh shoot, I forget their name, but they mentioned like if you go to RollerCon, it's like roller derby summer camp. Everybody comes together and hangs out. So yeah, it's like it's a relationship that we are trying to definitely mend and work out on that.
Yeah. And I
And
mean,
I
now
know
we,
that that like made people's brains melt when they
It
saw
did.
that.
It did. It did. Oh yeah.
well, I mean, it's certainly a positive thing. And I mean, we need to be moving in those directions. And I mean, you can be dual charter now. So it's not like, we're not getting crossover all the time. So I think it's great.
I think, and then I just think about this a little bit, and might be crazy thoughts, but I was thinking because they're not having champs this year, a lot of some of the best players from WFTDA transferred over to men's teams to play in champs for the
I
men's
mean,
teams as
yeah,
well. So,
there's a fair amount of that,
yeah,
definitely.
so I mean, they're obviously supporting them as well, I guess, by so I think it's really cool. I think it's just a good warm feeling.
Fair observation. Fair observation.
All right. What habits or superstitions do you have? Any like pre-game playlist? Do you have to have two bananas first thing in the morning and your protein, or what kind of routines or superstitions do you have?
So for a long time, there is a set of armbands I can't actually wear very often. Um, but we got them back for Kobe, one of our teammates that we lost a number of years ago. I didn't wear that armband for probably 3 years. Like we had a game against somebody, and I was just like, I was a hot mess. I was not in a good attitude afterwards, and I had taken that band off after that game. And I had not put it on for a long time until like we went out, we played Toulouse, and I ended up like getting some recognition from the team with a Hell Yeah Brother award that literally just got made up just before the game.
Sure, hell yeah, brother.
And one of my teammates said like, it's because you had Kobe on your shoulder. So like after that, for the Magic City game after that, I put the armband back on my calf that I hadn't worn in a long time. So that will probably be the thing that sticks back on me again. So I
I
feel,
love
yeah, it's like I feel like a lot of teams. I don't know how many WFTDA teams run into this, but I think a lot of MRDA teams have lost a lot of people over the years. It seems like. I think we make efforts to recognize it, and I do think it's an unfortunate thing that
course.
we end up in those spots too.
Yes. Not that you're fishing for compliments, but kudos to you and Ray City for always keeping your teammates' memory alive. You guys always have the flag with you, and you celebrate him all the time. And I just think that's beautiful. So great job to you guys for always remembering a good guy.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, of course. What's the future look like for all of us?
Ooh, jeez, man.
Right.
In this economy, uh, man, I hope, yeah.
We ain't traveling no more.
Right, yeah. Nah, I keep traveling.
Nice.
I hope everything does get to be a little less bleak, a little bit more positive.
Yeah.
Things change
Yeah.
in a better way.
Fair.
Yeah.
How about for roller derby?
Oh, well, if you go that way, man, get your league reps on the boards.
Yeah.
Get your league reps on the board. Let them go crazy.
Sure. I like it.
Yeah, we'll see. There's I got a lot of ideas in my mind that are controversial. We'll go with that. Join an MRDA team, sign an NDA, and you can go see them.
Sure. Sure. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you, brother. Thank you for giving us some time.
Thank you.
Tell everybody we said hello. Hopefully our paths cross soon. Go have some fun with the team. Thank you
Sounds
again.
good, guys. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night. Thank you.
Take it easy, buddy.
Bye.
Bye. Awesome. Thank you so much to our buddy Grimace from Race City Rebels. We appreciate that individual. Great human. Not the first time he's been on the show. Always fun and always does a lot for roller derby too, and we appreciate that. He is a positive individual who cares and just gives a crap, and we don't have too many. Well, we do. We have a lot of people, but he is just at the top of everybody's list of genuine, awesome people. So love that guy. Thank you so much for coming on, Grimace. We appreciate you. And great job to Race City. Didn't really advance in the rankings, but didn't drop as well. And you played some really tough teams. So
Sacrificial lamb to Toulouse. Sacrificial lamb. Remember he
yeah,
said
and then you have to
he
end
was
up
in there taking
by,
notes while they were watching,
Yeah. And then you end your weekend by playing the Misfits. Like, yay.
Oh, yeah.
Consolation prize is another ass kicking. Thanks.
Oh man. And you know what, man? He made some great points there, especially at the end, talking about getting active on the message boards and stuff, because there's a lot of great content
Good
there.
stuff. Yeah, a lot of good stuff happening, a lot of good conversation happening over there.
Yeah. You see what Grimace, you see how Grimace is definitely involved over there too. So, which is awesome.
100%.
Yeah, yeah. So that was awesome, man. Nice.
Yeah, great interview. You're listening to Derby Rocks on 106.3 WRFC.